The market is currently pricing software companies as if they are a dying species, and most investors are handing over their wealth to the institutions because they can't handle the red on their screens. We are seeing a massive, coordinated sell-off across the entire tech sector, driven by a singular, paralyzing fear: the belief that artificial intelligence will render traditional software obsolete. Names that were once considered the gold standard of recurring revenue are being treated like distressed assets. Outsourcing firms are dropping 20% in a single session. Giants like Salesforce and Intuit are seeing their valuations hacked away, and even the trillion-dollar titans like Microsoft and Alphabet aren't immune to the bleeding. This isn't just a correction, it's a fundamental crisis of faith in the software-as-a-service model. The narrative is simple. If an AI agent can write code and perform tasks for pennies, why would a corporation pay millions for a software subscription? This atmosphere of panic is exactly where the sophisticated dividend investor finds their greatest advantage. While the retail crowd is obsessed with the daily price fluctuations of high-growth tech, they are missing the most important structural shift in the history of capital. We are witnessing the birth of token factories, massive infrastructure projects that will fuel the next 50 years of dividend growth. But there is a specific mathematical reality that most people ignore. Later in this breakdown, I'm going to show you why a company spending $100 billion on a data center today is actually the most bullish signal for a dividend increase 10 years from now. If you don't understand the Capex to cash flow pipeline, you are likely to sell your best assets at the exact moment you should be accumulating them. Are you currently holding stocks because you like the price, or because you understand the engine behind the payout? Let's look at the psychological friction of the current market through the lens of Salesforce. This is a company that has been hitting all-time highs in earnings per share. Their revenue is growing in the double digits consistently, yet the stock is being treated like it's in a death spiral. The market has decided that AI uncertainty is more important than actual realized cash flow. This has created a valuation gap that is almost historical. At one point, Salesforce traded at 60 times its forward earnings because the market perceived its subscription revenue as rock solid. Today, that multiple has collapsed to 14. To put that in perspective for those who focus on value and dividends, that is a lower multiple than many tobacco companies or legacy industrial firms. Think about that for a second. A high-margin, cloud-native software leader is being valued with the same lack of growth expectations as a cigarette manufacturer. This happens when the sector-wide fear takes over. Investors stop looking at the individual balance sheets and start trading based on a generalized vibe. This is the friction of the market, the invisible tax of emotion that costs the average investor thousands in potential gains. When you see a company with a 3-year compound annual growth rate of over 11% in revenue per share, and it's still getting sold off, you have to ask yourself, is the business broken or is the crowd just blind? For a dividend investor, this is the ultimate yield-on-cost opportunity. If the stock price stays suppressed while the free cash flow grows at 27%, which is what Salesforce has done over the last 5 years, the eventual payout potential is astronomical. The real friction in the tech sector right now isn't the software itself. It's the cost of building the future. We are seeing a Capex war between Microsoft, Alphabet, Meta, and Amazon. The market is punishing these stocks because they are spending tens of billions of dollars every quarter on data centers and AI hardware. From a short-term perspective, this looks like a massive drain on cash. But if you are building a retirement portfolio in a tax-advantaged account, like a Roth IRA or a similar tax-free growth vehicle, you need to look at what these billions are actually buying. They are building the utilities of the next century. Just as the industrial age was built on power plants and railroads, the AI age is built on token factories. These companies are manufacturing intelligence. Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, and Oz are not just renting servers anymore. They are providing the raw material for the entire global economy. This is a high-moat, high-barrier-to-entry business. The friction here is the sheer amount of capital required to compete. If you don't have $50 billion a year to spend on infrastructure, you aren't even in the game. This creates a massive dividend moat. Once these data centers are built, they become cash-printing machines with relatively low maintenance costs compared to their initial build-out. Before we get into the specific math of how Microsoft is positioning itself to be the ultimate dividend engine, if this breakdown is helping you navigate the noise of the market, hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel stay focused on these deep dive financial mechanics. Now let's look at the Microsoft numbers. Microsoft is currently trading at one of its lowest forward-looking multiples in nearly a decade. Despite the massive growth in its Azure cloud business and the integration of AI agents into the Office 365 suite, the stock price hasn't kept pace with the fundamental growth of the business. The market is essentially giving you the AI growth for free because it's so worried about the spending. Let's do the numbers. Microsoft's cloud revenue has grown 4 times over in just 6 years. We went from $12 billion a quarter to over $50 billion a quarter. That is an insane level of scaling for a company of this size. And yet, the stock is selling off because they are supply constrained. They literally have more customers wanting to use their AI tools than they have computer chips to run them. In any other industry, being sold out of your product is a sign of ultimate strength. In the stock market, it's treated as a reason to sell. This is the Zeigarnik effect in action. The market is obsessed with the unfinished part of the story, the build-out, and ignores the finished part of the story, the massive recurring revenue. Microsoft is generating over $160 billion in operating cash flow. Even after spending $30 billion a quarter on new data centers, they still have tens of billions left over in free cash flow. This is a level of financial health that most dividend kings can only dream of. They aren't just paying a dividend. They are funding a technological revolution out of their back pocket without breaking a sweat. If you are a dividend investor, you have to look past the AI bubble headlines. Let's project the math. If Microsoft continues to grow its operating cash flow and stabilizes its capital expenditure by the end of the decade, the amount of free cash flow available for dividends and buybacks will be staggering. We are talking about a potential for $200 to $300 billion in annual free cash flow by the mid-2030s. When a company has that much cash and no more mega projects to spend it on, it only has a few choices. They can let it sit on the balance sheet and rot to inflation, or they can return it to the shareholders. Microsoft has already shown its hand. They have been increasing their dividend every year since 2005. They currently grow the payout by about 10% annually. As the capital intensity of the AI build-out eventually plateaus, because you can only build so many data centers before you run out of land and electricity, the dividend explosion will begin. Investors who are buying today at a 21 multiple are locking in a yield on cost that will likely be triple or quadruple what it is today within a decade. Do you have the patience to wait for the infrastructure to turn into income? A lot of investors get distracted by the shiny new thing in AI, like the latest frontier model or a viral chatbot. But the real money is made in the boring part of the stack. Google's search, Meta's social advertising, and Amazon's logistics are the cash cows that fund the AI dreams. These companies have so much cash that they previously didn't even know what to do with it. Alphabet was sitting on over $140 billion in cash. For years, investors complained that they were being too conservative. Now they have found the ultimate investment. They are turning that idle cash into data centers. This is the perfect opportunity cost audit. If they kept the cash in treasuries, they'd make 4 or 5%. By investing it in AI infrastructure, they are aiming for a much higher long-term return on invested capital. The market hates uncertainty, but as a dividend investor, uncertainty is your friend. It's what keeps the prices low enough to build a meaningful position. If everyone were certain that Microsoft and Alphabet would dominate the next 20 years, the stocks would be trading at 50 times earnings, and your dividend yield would be non-existent. We are seeing a repeat of the cloud shift from 10 years ago. When Microsoft transitioned from selling physical software disks to cloud subscriptions, the market was nervous. The stock went nowhere for a while, but those who understood the mechanics of recurring revenue and stayed for the dividends are now sitting on massive gains. We are at that same crossroads today with Agentic AI. Now we have to address the friction. Is there a risk that these companies are overspending? Absolutely. If the demand for AI tokens doesn't materialize as fast as the data centers are built, these companies will see their margins compressed. We are already seeing this with Google and Amazon, where their massive spending has temporarily neutralized their free cash flow growth. However, this is where the balance sheet stress test comes in. Unlike the dot-com bubble of the late 90s, these companies are not burning cash they don't have. They are spending their own profits. They aren't relying on the debt markets to survive. Microsoft could stop all capital expenditure tomorrow and be the most profitable company on earth instantly. The hidden trap for most retail investors is thinking that a sell-off means the business is failing. In reality, a sell-off often just means the market's time horizon has shortened. The market wants results this quarter. A dividend investor should be looking at the next 40 quarters. If the business is still growing its revenue per share at double digits, the short-term drop in free cash flow due to investment is actually a positive signal for future payouts. When you analyze these tech giants, you have to stop looking at the trailing dividend yield. A 1% yield might look small compared to a legacy utility company, but the dividend growth rate and the payout ratio tell the real story. Microsoft only uses about 23% of its earnings to pay the dividend. That means the dividend is incredibly safe, even if earnings were to take a temporary hit. Furthermore, we need to look at the yield on cost over time. If you buy a stock with a 10% dividend growth rate, your personal yield doubles every 7 years. This is the math that creates millionaires. It's not about finding a high yield today, it's about finding a sustainable cash flow engine that will grow its payout for the next 3 decades. Are you looking for a check that stays the same or a check that grows faster than inflation? The token factories being built today are the guarantee that these companies will have the pricing power to keep those dividend increases coming, regardless of what the broader economy does. They are becoming the essential plumbing of the digital world. The hardest part of dividend investing isn't the math, it's the psychology. When you see names like Nvidia, Salesforce, and Microsoft all dropping simultaneously, your brain triggers a flight or fight response. You start to doubt your analysis. You start to listen to the AI is a bubble bears who ignore the actual balance sheets. Remember the fourth wall of your own finances. The market price only matters on 2 days, the day you buy and the day you sell. Every day in between, the only thing that matters is the cash flow the asset produces. If Microsoft is still growing its Azure business at nearly 40%, why do you care if the stock price is down 8% this month? The opportunity cost of sitting on the sidelines during these software sell-offs is often higher than the risk of the sell-off itself. If you miss the accumulation phase because you were waiting for the perfect time, you miss the compounding that happens in the background. The most successful investors aren't the ones who predict the bottom. They are the ones who are consistently present. As we move into the next phase of this shift, we are seeing the rise of agentic functionality. This means AI that doesn't just chat, but actually does. It uses tools, writes code, and navigates computers. This requires an astronomical amount of tokens, and every single one of those tokens has to run on a server owned by one of the big tech giants. This is why I'm so bullish on the hyperscale cloud providers. They own the toll booths on the highway of the future. Whether it's a small startup building a new app or a Fortune 500 company automating its entire accounting department, they all have to pay the cloud tax to Microsoft, Amazon, or Google. This is the ultimate dividend fortress. It's a business model with high switching costs and massive scale advantages. Once a company integrates its workflows into Microsoft 365 and Azure, the friction to leave is enormous. This sticky revenue is what allows for predictable, long-term dividend growth. Earlier, I mentioned that the massive spending we see today is the most bullish signal for future dividends. Now you see why. That spending is the moat. It is the barrier that prevents competitors from stealing the cash flow. Every $1 billion Microsoft spends on a data center today is $1 billion that a competitor doesn't have, and $1 billion that will generate high-margin revenue for the next 20 years. The market is currently offering you a dividend growth engine at a value stock price. Salesforce at a 14 multiple and Microsoft at a 21 multiple are historical anomalies based on temporary fear. The fundamentals of the business, the revenue per share, the operating cash flow, and the market dominance are stronger than ever. Before you decide to sell your software stocks or sit on your cash, ask yourself, do you believe the world will use more or less manufactured intelligence in 10 years? If the answer is more, then you know exactly where the capital is going. The software sell-off is not an ending, It's an entry point for those who understand the long-term dividend trajectory. The real question isn't whether AI will replace software. The real question is, who owns the infrastructure that AI runs on? And more importantly, are you positioned to collect the dividends from that infrastructure as it becomes the most profitable asset class in history? I want to hear from you in the comments. Are you adding to your positions during this software sell-off, or are you waiting for the volatility to settle? Which token factory do you think has the safest dividend for the next decade? We've covered the defensive side of investing in these tech giants, but if you are ready to accelerate your timeline and see the exact math on how these payouts can lead to an early retirement, I have another video that shows you the exact framework to do it. You can watch that one right here on the screen.